Okay, we're recording. Welcome, everybody, to our Monday night team call. First call post conference. We just got back from Sacramento. It was, I have to say, in my estimation, truly probably the best conference I've been to in 16 years. And I know other NMDs say that about every single one. I have not said that about every single one, but I am going to say that about this one. I think that the company is really in a space of a lot of things, but one, we're really preparing for massive and major growth. And that's really what I want to talk about mostly tonight is just kind of the future of where we're headed so that those of you who weren't there can really understand what's available to you. And just really, I want to, if there's any way to transfer that excitement back here at home, I really want to be able to help you do that because, okay, so just to give you some perspective. So 11 years ago when I signed my application, our company was archaic. It was a bunch of old people walking around talking about Juice Plus. I was in my late 20s. I had a really hard time kind of at first connecting with, some people in my age group. I was looking for them. They started to come on as people started to have kids and that kind of thing. And obviously in that space and time, you tend to pay attention to your health a little bit more, right? So it makes sense. But I remember just like kind of looking around going, okay, this company really needs to modernize. Like they're going to need to do that to grow into this next decade and decades that come, right? And they've made strides slowly. And one thing about our company that's so great is that we are super conservative and really make sure that when we say we're going to do something, we do it right. We take time. The Omega blend is a great example of that. It took 5 years to put together. 5 years, you guys, they took in terms of testing and researching. And, really honestly, I know Dr. Sears was on that panel of putting that together, and they argued for some time about what the ingredients should be and all this kind of stuff, and kind of made their scientific arguments against each other, in the doctor's panel and stuff. So just really interesting to me that, they would take so much time and do that. So we do things right, but the criticism has always been that we do it a little too slow or a lot too slow in some cases. And so one of the things that I just want to bring to you guys and let you know, especially those of you who are in the technology world, is that the modernization project is almost ready to go live, which is a really, really special thing. And I'll just explain what that means. It's that the back end office, the way everything connects, okay? So you have to imagine 50 years ago when this company was built, computers were in a much different space, right? And so when Juice Plus came along, they already had some kind of, old archaic system that was there. And what they'd started to do was put together something that's newer. And instead of putting patches on things and trying to, move from and migrate from one thing to the next, what they decided to do was just to start fresh alongside the old platform. So for those of you not in technology, just think of two houses. You've got the old house that's like a 50-year-old house, and then to the right of it on this beautiful piece of property is this brand new construction going up, and they're building it to the specifications, not just for today, but to really allow us to launch pad into the next 50 years. And that's a big deal. So I just want you guys to have a lot of confidence in what's coming because it's going to be amazing. Some of the things that they were talking about in the NMD meeting, and I think they talked about it in the larger group too, was having a global system that everybody can plug into from anywhere across the globe, which is a huge deal. Because right now, I know I had a customer in Switzerland that we were trying to get product to, and just even the delivery service, we couldn't get pricing. It took us 2 weeks to get accurate pricing. It took us another week and a half place the order. Once we got it, because like we were trying to track it and they weren't wanting to go over the boundary, it was a mess. So I just want to give you guys, the peace of mind that we won't have to work so static and isolated within countries. We're going to be able to have a much bigger global stroke of business, which is a big deal for all of us. So just be really thinking about and strategizing, who do you know in different spaces? What countries do you want to go visit? Because if you go visit and spend some time there and, intentionally meet people so that you can build business there, that's, there's pieces of that can be a write-off for you. And it brought you to a new country, right? So there's lots of really awesome opportunities, I think, that are coming from that particular perspective. Also, and I'm not going to recap everything because it's just too much. We'll go through that more tomorrow night. But I wanted to just hear from any first timers. Is there anybody that wants to just kind of give, that was there for the first time, maybe like a 2-minute, like this is my takeaway, or this is what I was most excited about, or I'm so happy to see this, or, you know, something positive coming off of this experience. If you do, just either unmute yourself or, oh, I think Norma dropped off. She was one of the people that was able to do that. Oh no, she's there. Norma, are you there? I don't see. Oh, now you're muted. Hello.
Hello?
There you are.
Hi.
There you are.
You know, I'm new to this stuff. I have to play with my phone and figure out where you're at. So
You're doing great.
okay, so what did I take from this?
Yeah, just something that kind of hit you between the eyes.
Just the fact that we have Juice Plus babies and the whole Healthy Start thing, and especially the fact that the person who passed away and Juice Plus pays for the entire program, like they really care. You know, they're not just to make it, because no company's like that. I mean, you're lucky if you order the wrong stuff and get to keep it at half the places. You know what I mean? So it's something that I think is really valuable, and how healthy everybody wants to be and is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of overwhelming to be in one space with that many shiny, happy people, right? As we said.
Yeah. And last night at the airport, there was people with seedlings and everything, you know. I mean, I just great, you know.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Norma. I wish we could see your beautiful face, but
Believe
so
me,
what Norma was, what she
face.
was referring to is we had a customer situation. One of our customers had passed away, and we were able to, you know, communicate with the company, and they have a policy that they don't pay for, they don't charge anything for that. So if what happens is, if someone pays, let's say they order and they pass away, and the month that shipment came in, the company just absolves all the payments, and they usually cancel the order. But in this case, we had a family at home behind them that, and this is one of Buffy's customers and good friends, and they had a family at home, and so I wanted to make sure that they had a year's supply on hand, so that they could help the kids and, you know, his wife get through this time with support, nutritional support at no cost. So we were able to make that happen. So it's just really nice things. You know, we really do have, they call it a company with a heart for a reason. And so what Norma was referring to was that special circumstance there. But thank you, Norma, for sharing that. I appreciate it so much. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Anne's on too. Anne, can you unmute yourself for a second? Oh, no, here, I can hear you now. Okay. Would you mind sharing?
Good.
Would you mind just sharing anything that really kind of struck you between the eyes from this experience?
Sure. Since I think I already did, I didn't realize I was on, when I Voxed, I was on with everybody. But I guess some words I could choose would be, I was so inspired. Fellowship and friendship, just things that I just haven't really felt in a while. And also just being with people with common goals.
Yeah.
You know, so many times you're with people and there's just a lot of bullshit going on, or they're complaining, and it's just like, I never heard any of that. It was just so positive. So I just came back. I was so fired up today. I already got so many names just with some patients, and yeah, it just, so it was really great for the first time, and I look forward to many more. And I encourage anyone who hasn't come. Thanks to all of you too.
You were so wonderful.
Yeah.
It was so great. We had a bunch of first timers this time around. So it's always great because you can see it through your eyes, you know. So that's what I love most about new people.
Yeah. Well,
thank you for sharing.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay, so what I'm gonna go into next here, you guys, is a fun thing Danielle and I were kind of working on. So for the next 6 months, we're gonna do, like, focus on some short, intentional, focused activity. Okay, so what that's going to look like is, it's already been established in terms of what's coming, but we're not going to give it to you all at once, because that would be way too easy. We're going to make you work for it a little bit. But really, you know, instead of a long-term conference goal contest, that kind of thing, what we're going to focus on short spurts of energy and activities so that we can learn skills together and everybody move forward together. Okay. Because these are all the same skills that we all need to learn. And everyone comes into this business at a different time. But, it's important that some people come in with, experience like I did, picking up the phone and talking to random strangers. I have no problem talking to anybody because I had to talk to like 100 people a day for 3 years straight. So I'm not afraid to get, the phone hung up and all that stuff. It's just, that was an experience that I had coming into this, but not everybody has that. Right. So, and other, things come along, I'm trying to say with different examples. So what I wanted to say was that the first one that I think is really most important ties into the company initiatives and goals. So brace yourselves, but we are in the midst and we are really positioned to double our reach globally in the next 3 years between now and 2022, which is Paulo Teixeira's projections and where things are headed. And those of you who've been around for a while know that Gordon Hester's been talking about this for a long time. He talked about it like a hockey puck going like a hockey, like the curve that goes like that. And it's basically like cell phones, right? Like in the beginning, like some random people had them. They were like $400 a phone. They were walking around with this briefcase that they could make telephone calls from, right? Remember? And then slowly the technology got better and caught on and became more affordable. And now everybody has at least one, right? Even kids. So it's that kind of a thing. Well, Juice Plus is really positioned for that, for a lot of different reasons. And there's a great CD you can listen to for training on that. But what we just want to do is brace ourselves and really prepare ourselves as a team so that we don't miss the wave. I mean, so much of this is about timing, you guys. You see that with the customers and the prospects that you talk to all the time. And so we are right now in a very big growth mode as a team. And so one of the things that's most important to help support that growth so that people don't get burned out and so that it keeps it interesting and that you go through the motions again and again and again. I've said things like you've heard me say a bunch of times, when I like to start up one rep, I always try to start up 3 because it's a good use of my time to group people together and to do it in those, waves. This is the same kind of concept here. So what we're going to be working on, and we're going to start counting from April 1st. So we're going to backdate a little bit, but April 1st through May 30th, we are going to take Jay Martin, our president and founder, his great advice, and everybody's going to go out and work to get a buddy. The goal of this is to double our PVC report size. So I'm under speculating a little bit in terms of that because that's just active people that are putting up numbers monthly. But we're going to take a chunk out of that and see if we can make an impact and we're going to work for 50 and then shoot for 100. Okay. So that's the goal. Last month, we brought in 14 new people. If I have to look back on the report of how many people brought in, X amount of team members or something, I want to say it was probably like 8 people that brought in all those team members. So if everybody was working together and we all went out to get 2 or 3, right, in that time frame, we're talking about 6 weeks here, but just made it a real intentional focus. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to sell Juice Plus. It doesn't mean that you're going to not get customers or that kind of stuff and all the normal things that you do. But Steve Shapiro makes a big deal about this. And he says, he's like, we are so good at talking about our products, but we shy away from talking about our business. And what I want to help you guys do, and I know Danielle's really passionate about this too, is really helping everybody gain that confidence and that pride and the ownership of your business to empower people to step into this and get excited. So you don't feel like you're nervous anymore talking about the business at the end of the 6 weeks. You feel like, okay, this is a normal practice of mine now, right? Like I know what to say, I know where to look, I know how to bring it into a conversation, all those things. And so we'll be working on those skills as we go through the 6 weeks, but I wanted to put a reward out there at the end. So are you guys ready? All right, hold on. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to pull up the picture. Here we go. Oh, it always goes to the bottom of the list. Hold on. All photos. And here it is. Okay, can everybody see that? Will somebody either put a thumbs up down below or say something so I know?
I see it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we are going to soar to new heights, you guys. So the Build a Buddy project, okay? Because sometimes you have to bring in 5 people before you find that buddy. Sometimes it's 20. We really don't know. But the goal is that we really want to surround ourselves with good, positive, all the things that Anne said, all the things that Norman noticed, good, positive, happy, healthy people. Like, we are not going to drag the dead into our team just to put numbers up. That is not what this is about. Okay. We want to go and honestly ask yourself, who do I want to spend time with? Who do I wish was with me at that conference? Or if you haven't been to a conference yet, who do I like to travel with? Who do I want to come with me on my first experience? Like that kind of a thing. Okay. And the goal of this is, at the conference dinner, I gave away over $800 in cash to in contest money. Okay. And that money represented the activity that it takes to build the business and build team. Okay. And in lots of different ways. So I won't go into it. But what I thought would be really interesting is that if we took, the money, we earn it. First of all, we have to earn it as a team, but I'm willing to put it into a vault, into a kind of a cash fund, if you would. Okay. And that fund will be there to help new team members get to conference that can't, otherwise afford to get there. Because this particular conference, I was just really, I'll just use the word heartbroken, but I was heartbroken because there were 3 people that I really, really wanted to come and that I know really, really wanted to be there, and they just couldn't make it happen. And you know what? I don't ever want to see that happen. So for me personally, I just feel like this would be such a great use of our energy and our money and really illustrate our commitment to future growth if we could earn the money, put it into a fund, and then come, September, when we get close to leaving for Austin, if we end up in that situation, then I'll have cash to help people get there. If I can take $1,000 and spread that between 3 people, that'll make a big dent, right? In terms of getting them a plane ticket and some hotel room and stuff. It usually costs about $500 or $600 per conference. So I was thinking in those numbers. Now, the other thing is this. If we're even smarter than that, and we help everybody get an HLP that comes in the team, and they all get their free conference ticket, they all get their $100, they all, move forward towards their 2,000 plus, and they start earning this money and they can pay for it themselves, then that money that's sitting in the fund will then go to help pay for a big celebration for us. Okay. So that might either offset some of the dinner cost or increase the venue or go towards a really nice dinner for everybody or something, right? Whatever that fun thing might be. But either way, the money goes back to the team to help grow the team and help support the team. Okay. So the ultimate goal is that we really just want to be intentional about bringing on new team members, building the skills in which we do that, building up our startup skills and all those kinds of things, and helping everybody expand. Because what I know to be true is that when you have a team, it motivates you in a much different way than when you're working this business on your own. When you have a team to show up for, you don't forget to make the follow-up calls. You're like excited to get up in the morning and do it. Like when you have a team, you're thinking about them, and that gets you out of your own head, and all of a sudden you're not in a space anymore where you're thinking, all the things I can't do or didn't say right or do whatever, because we're really hard on ourselves. I don't know why we tend to be that way, but particularly the women tend to be like that. But, I want you guys making money. I want you loving this compensation plan. I want you feeling really competent about the business and the systems and the skill sets that go into this. And the only way to really work through that and work through it well is by doing is by bringing on teams. So this is going to be our focus from now until May 30th. Okay. I might throw in an extra contest over who brings in the most team members. That might be something fun to do. But for the most part, I just want to, here, I'm going to go back to my screen. I just want to make sure that we are doing this so that you guys get really comfortable. Now, was there anybody that was like totally like, scared? You're like, team, what? Gretchen, thank you for being honest. I need to know these things, right? Because if you're in that space and you're like, what do I do? Listen, I get it. Like, I've been there, right? I remember specifically saying to myself, I don't want a team. I don't want to manage anybody. I don't have the bandwidth for that, whatever, right? And I'm asking for permission for you guys to trust us and trust that we're going to guide you through this process. Trust that we're going to help you build the skill. Trust that we're not going to leave you out there to like not know what you're doing. you know, we're going to be through this. This is a team project. Okay. And it's really special when the team works on something together. Okay. Because then we get to celebrate together, and it's a group effort and accomplishment, right? So we want to keep track of all these beautiful people that are coming on the team. So this is what I need from you guys. Okay. One, we need to do 3-way calls, because 3-way calls are going to, some people are just going to join because they like you, right? They're just going to join. They're like, yeah, sure, I'll try it out, you know? And pay attention to Voxer and Facebook, because we'll be putting up a lot of verbiage in the next couple of days about how to invite, what to say, scenarios, that kind of stuff. So you want to stay engaged with the team. The other thing is, you know, when people come on, so let's say that you aren't sure where to go with this, or you really want them on the team, but you're nervous because they're like one of your dream teamers, right? Because we all have them. That's where, again, 3-way calls are super supportive. So you just reach up to somebody and say, listen, I have this person. I've been thinking about them. I don't know where to start, right? And get some coaching around that, okay? Get some coaching. Marie's laughing. Right? And as we have those discussions and make a plan, then it's your job to execute. Okay. That's the job. You have to take the courageous act of doing whatever you're told to do. And then we're here to help all the way through. And then what happens once they come on the team, right? Everyone's like, I don't know how to start up a rep. I don't know what to do. Well, guess what? Pay attention to the process. If you're new, go through it yourself. So you're taking notes and you're going through this, then you're always going to have an upline help you with your first couple of them. Okay. So that's okay too. And because we'll be having lots of people come through the funnel and start up at the same time, we'll build some supportive stuff in to help that process so that nobody falls through the cracks. Okay. So there's lots of great things happening and coming off of this, but I just want you guys to know that, like, I mean, you know, even just in last month, you know, I put, I think 4 people under Paul, because we're building him up now in structure. You know, I think his paycheck doubled. So it's the kind of thing where, you know, I'm really surprised after this leave for you. So there's just lots of opportunity, but I really just want you guys to be courageous, be vulnerable. Don't have to know everything. Please don't feel like you have to know everything. We're still learning. They change the stuff on us all the time. You got to get really good at learning to trust. And that's it, right? Just trust. Take those steps, trust, ask a lot of questions, be curious, you know, and go do the work. You know, and the people in the end will be rewarded for that. But it's really a fun process that we're going to go through. And I just want to thank everybody, for all of you that played full out last month. We had a great month and it was super awesome. And we just want to keep this momentum high. So this is the kind of thing, but trust me on this, the team thing. If you're one of those people that is an overthinker like me, the second you get team, you can't overthink. You have to get into action because they need you. Right. And so it's the best remedy for that ever. So, okay. Do I have any questions around any of this? Because we just worked right up on time in a couple of minutes here.
I just have a question really about, do you know how much vitamin K is in the green, in the capsules, especially in the green?
There is a letter that we need to get you, Anne, from on Coumadin specifically, because I know that that's probably where this is leading. Right. And we can get that to you. It's small. And Dr. Phillips talks about it. I'm trying to think of where the resources for that. Danielle might know.
Concern, and I told them, yes, it will bring their INRs down, but we can always give a little more Coumadin just to outweigh the better, but you know, taking it, the it's the risk over the it's just much better to still take it. And there's
I'm going to answer this question quickly, but it's kind of off topic. So let me just go quick and then you guys can talk offline. But basically the thing about Coumadin is that it's a little dose every single day of the same exact ingredients. And that's what keeps the blood steady. And you guys can adjust the Coumadin based on that. And usually I've never seen it go up after taking Juice Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
They become less dependent on it because their blood behave better. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no spikes because they're not eating like a bowl of spinach and then having that issue. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anything else relating to business questions, coming off conference questions, contest? It's not really a contest. It's more of like a mission, but anything about that stuff?
Can you go over what you're doing Monday nights or something? We said we're going to start doing Mondays of 1 month and then the end of something a month. Danielle mentioned doing kind of like a Zoom call for everybody, wasn't it?
That's
Some
the
kind of
first Monday of every month.
right, and something at the end of the month.
And then us on the East Coast here are doing it the last Monday of the month, a live in-person event.
Okay, all right.
So that's going to be, so we have one calendar that's published. I know you guys are going to have a second one for the East Coast stuff, Anne. But that's a good question. So we're going to have one live Zoom event that you guys can plug into monthly. Okay. And we have that listed on that sheet that's on the Facebook page. So it just says something like West Coast calendar or something.
I did see that. I had everything on. I saw that. Yes.
Yeah. The dates are already established. So if you guys just print that out or wait till you get the one, then you'll have that. And then you'll know which dates we can be building for to plug people in for some education, you know?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you for your question.
I'm sure everybody's tired, right?
All right. Anybody else have questions around the business or around inviting to the business or anything that that's kind of bubbling up right now? When we talk about stuff like this, there's usually thoughts, and I don't want to hang up the phone if you've got some thoughts. And if you want to go and need to go, then you can hang up. Let's see. Okay. I'll stay on for one more minute, a couple more minutes here. And then we can stop the recording and we'll consider the call over. Hope you have a great week. And
Jen has a question.
Oh, sorry, couldn't see. Okay.
Did you say there was a calendar on the Facebook page?
Yes, I posted if you look under the files section, I posted a list for what I did before conference is I listed out all of the West Coast events that I was going to commit to in my own calendar.
Okay.
Okay, and so there are some things in there.
Our monthly
Included in that are the live Zooms. Yeah, for dates.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
But you guys will have things like different summits in different locations and that kind of thing. So I didn't put the whole country in there. I just put the West Coast so I could get that done.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm like, you guys have got to be so tired too, huh?
I'm excited. I'm not so much. I'm
excited. I had a good day, but then now it's starting to hit me. I'm like, definitely. I went to bed 8 o'clock last night. I've never done that. Spell right asleep.
Awesome. All right, you guys.
Well, good night, everybody.
Good night, you guys.
Have a good night. I'll hang on for a couple minutes here. You can stop recording.